Hello and welcome back to another Crank Miniatures video, and today I thought I would enjoy myself and paint up one of the Bayou Smugglers, and I want to do things a bit differently today. I recently got a set of ionic paints from Migamo. I heard they're very good for saturation, and I thought I would experiment a little bit by trying to paint something a bit unusual, a bit out of my normal style. And what my goal is here, because this is a Bayou Smuggler, obviously lots of time in the swamp, so I really want to evoke that green, mossy kind of feeling, and then give the effect of basically brown, weathered aging. So I'm going to start by undercoating everything with this dark green, which is really rather green, and I want to keep that in the recesses and then paint the rest of the miniature with a very sketchy sort of kind of rushed, kind of worn looking appearance using the rest of these colors here. I don't know how it will work, but let's get started. So what I'll do, I'll water down this dark green quite a lot. I really only need it in the recesses. If I can preserve a bit of the zenithal, that'd be great. And we'll see what we get. So let's get to it and I'll be right back. So there we have it, that's the base coat established. I thought I'd watered it down a lot more than it turns out I have, because the coverage it's covered up very nicely, covered up the zenithal highlight immediately, but I think I like that tone a lot. The saturation is lovely and the tone of the color itself is lovely. I think I'm going to be happy with these ionic paints. So yeah, I'll let that dry. There's still a couple of patchy bits I've missed, so I can clean those up a little. But we'll let this dry properly, and then I will start blocking out the browns, I think, of which there's going to be many on this particular miniature. So yeah, I'll pop this to one side, let it dry for a bit, and then I'll be right back. So the base coat has dried. I see a few little patches in spots, like on the dress here, but this is going to be a fairly patchy miniature anyway, so I'm not concerned. And I think this is more or less exactly the base color I was looking for. Maybe a bit more towards the jade color would have been better, but this will do nicely. So I think what I'm going to do first, sort of work inside out, and I'll start with the dress. So the dress here, I'm going to go for a red. I'd like it to be fairly vivid, but again, I want to keep the green in the recesses because I think that will make for a very nice effect. So I'll start with the ionic red, and I think I will end up doing a bit of highlights with the Hellspawn red from Two Thin Coats. It's a very punchy red. Might be the wrong shade. We'll play it by ear and see what we get. First steps first though. I'll water down this red and let's start applying some coats. Now I'm going with a larger brush here, an Artist Opus. I believe this is a 2, and that will be fine. That'll hold a good amount in the tip, but should be able to give me a good amount of control still. So step 1, load the brush. Step 2, dab it off on a paper towel. And then let's see what we can do. So let's just stipple on some lines, leaving the recesses in that green. And I think that's about where I want that effect to go to. I would like a bit more coverage of the red, but I mean, this is the first time I'm experimenting with the technique, so overall I think I like it, and I'd like to see what it looks like with the rest of the miniature catching up. So the next color I'm going to use is going to be a burnt umber, very dark brown. And I'm going to use that as the base for pretty much everything else. For the wooden parts, for the leather parts, maybe even some on the skin as well. And then I'll take those in different directions by using a flesh color or a brown color, and we'll see what we get. Yeah, so for that I'm probably going to stick with the smaller brush because I found that gave me a bit more control. The size 2 was a little bit awkward in places, but yeah. So let's get the browns done and see what the miniature looks like after that. So you can see here, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm not using any amazing level of brush control. I'm just sort of swiping across to catch some of the raised areas. I've taken time to unload the brush on a paper towel first, so it's not just going to flood into the recesses, but if a little bit gets in the recesses, it's not that big a deal. And yeah, trying to put a bit of texture where I want to catch the light a bit more. So down the center of this shaft here, and then towards the edges, and just little swipey swipes. And together with the sculpted texture, we have something that looks vaguely like wood. And I believe once we're done, it'll look a lot better from a distance. Okay, so looking at this, I'm feeling that flesh color was a bit of a mistake. At the least, I think that the level of contrast with the layer below is maybe too great. But it's all experimentation, and I can always go over this and repaint it later, so that's fine. Yeah, the backpack as well, going for that cream color. I think level of contrast again, too high. But let's push forward, finish it off. Now with where I'm at, I think, yeah, that skin is bothering me a bit too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that skin mix and I'm going to add a bit of the brown just to bring it a bit closer back together. So just still got it on my palette here, mix a bit of brown in. And a bit more water as well. I feel like that would help if it's thinner. And with this, I'll be able to fill in a bit more and maybe smooth that out somewhat. And maybe make it less patchy. So we're sort of filling in some of the areas that didn't quite get covered before, and painting the mid-tone after painting the highlights, so to speak. Which is fine. I mean, she's still going to look a little bit stark, but this smooths it out somewhat. And I think that will work fairly well to help bring it back to some level of control. There we go. Doesn't look expert, but I'm not an expert. And I think I will call it there. I think I'm satisfied with this. It's different, certainly unlike anything I've ever painted before, but I feel that it's exactly the kind of thing I was wanting to paint. Something new, something different. So there we have it. The Bayou Smuggler and the Ionic Smart Paints. As far as the Smart Paints themselves go, they are, well, they're pleasant. I think this might not have been the best test for them, but they cover well. They go on smoothly. They do talk about them being very self-leveling, and I think I can see that in this application. It looks like they mix well. Really, nothing to complain about. The bottles are quite nice. You could go worse. You could go much worse. So that's it. The Bayou Smugglers for the Bayou, for the Bandit and Infamous, at least in 3rd edition. I have no idea what they are in 4th edition. Guess I'll find that out soon. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.